Hello, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. Good Saturday evening to everyone. I started about a minute early. There's some storms coming in, and I know some of you are in the path of some storms as well. And so I kind of want to get it started in case we lose power or something like that. Our neighborhood is known to lose power frequently if there are bad storms that come through. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to let Will is in the chat. Dave popped in just to say hi, but I'm going to go ahead and get started with some Disney history and then some Scentsy news. And then I'm going to go ahead with our chat for this evening. So today is April 27th, and we have some Disney news for you. In 1822, this day in 1822, Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th United States President, is born in Point Pleasant, Iowa. And so this is an important Disney fact too, because we all know that Walt Disney himself had a huge passion for being an American and American history. And so you can get an amazing American experience in Liberty Square with the Hall of Presidents at Disney World. And so that one is really cool. 1822, Ulysses S. Grant was born. Let's move on. I didn't write any of these down, so I'm kind of just looking for the best ones. Some of these are not the best. Okay. In 1989, the Disney Channel airs the 4th episode of MMC. Today is Party Day. So that's MMC is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So that in 1989, that would have been the 4th episode of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Okay. In 1992, American Express Travelport, located in Epcot's Community Core West, closes. The attraction had touchscreens that allowed guests to preview vacations anywhere in the world. That's pretty cool. In 1994, The Lion King original motion picture and soundtrack are released for the 1994 Disney animated film, The Lion King. This was the first time any of this is released. It contains songs written by Elton John and Tim Rice, and the score was composed by Hans Zimmer. If you're a 90s baby and you went through like the Renaissance era of Disney and you watched the 1989 to like the 1995, 99 movies, you know that Hans Zimmer was a huge component of writing a lot of those songs. And so that's really cool. In 2001, the Lizzie McGuire episode, I Do, I Don't, airs for the first time on Disney Channel. So if we have any big Lizzie McGuire fans out there. In 2002, Disney's stage production of The Lion King kicks off for its first national tour in Denver, Colorado. In 2007, Disney Channel airs the Hannah Montana episode, I Am Hannah, Hear Me Croak, for the first time. I actually think I remember that one. I'm pretty sure that one is where Hannah, who's played by Miley Cyrus, loses her voice and she can't sing. Or when she does try to sing, it sounds really like muffled. Let's see what else is going on this day in Disney history. I'll do this one for Will because Will likes this TV series. In 2015, a soundtrack album for the first season of the web television series Daredevil, composed by John Paisoni, is released by Disney's Hollywood Records. The series was produced by Marvel in association with ABC Studios. So Will likes Daredevil. I don't know if this is the same one that you've watched, though. Hi, Dean. Hi, Dean. Welcome in. And then I have Popbox. Popbox. I can answer that a little bit. We can book Disneyland Paris, and it's actually the only overseas park we can book. Um, I can't give out like prices or anything unless you fill out like a form and a questionnaire for me and you're a client. But I can tell you, I think that it's fairly reasonably priced. And it does. One ticket covers one section of the park, one park. You can do Disneyland in 2 or 3 days. I'm Disneyland Paris in 2 or 3 days. There's just a lot of different components to it. You can still stay on property or off property. You can get dining plans, but their dining plans are so, like, you have to pick out specifically what places you want to eat for the dining plan. You can't just buy a dining plan and then pick out the places you want to eat. It's really weird. But I mean, I know a lot of travel agents in my agency that do book Disneyland Paris. But yes, I would love to go someday. I think it's awesome. So yes, Daredevil was awesome on Netflix. It's not family friendly, as are most Marvel things. Even on Disney Plus, though, I feel like some of the newer Marvel things are not family friendly either. So Netflix especially probably is not family friendly at all. But yes, Will liked Daredevil a lot. And so that was in 2015. The soundtrack was released. In 2018, Avengers Infinity War, a superhero film based on the Marvel Comics, produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney, opens in US theaters. So for us who have been, growing up on that, that was kind of the beginning of the end for us. And I would say I think Marvel movies have gone way downhill since then. That's just my opinion. I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I don't play the games and read the comics and everything, but I would just say since then, I think the production of the Marvel movies has gone downhill. And then 2021, Disneyland Resorts welcomes its cast members back to Disneyland Park for a special soft opening. This is it reopened to the public on April 30th as the historic Disney theme park closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So, that was that's a long time when you think about it, back then. And I know our channel started not long after the COVID shutdown. So that is for you. Okay, I am going to share my screen with you guys. So I do have a Scentsy website. It is just currently not working, and I don't know why. I think I'm gonna have to put in my new card number. I got a new card, so in order to get my website back up and working, I'm gonna have to put in a new card. But my website is jbone18.scentsy.us. Is my website, and you can also find it in the link of this video or of this live stream. So there are some new Star Wars products coming out. They do this every year around May the 4th. This year, though, they've launched them, I think, before May the 4th. So, 5/1. So you can get them on 5/1. You can pre-order some of them now, or you can sign up to be notified for when they become available. So we have the Darth Vader Scentsy wall warmer. So this one is just going to be a little warmer that goes in a plug on your wall. And these are really great for bathrooms or smaller spaces, offices, bathrooms, stuff like that. We have the Jawa in the back, who's a Scentsy buddy. So he's a plush. They're really big though. I mean, they're sometimes 13 or 14 inches tall. So they are really big. And they have a little scent pack in their back. And it smells good. And then we have a Stormtrooper warmer. They have a Darth Vader warmer, a Millennium Falcon warmer. I mean, they have tons of other warmers that match this whole line. And then there's 3 new wax bars that come with this. So it's going to be Sunsets, Forest, and Winter. I'm not sure what they smell like. It may tell you down here. Indoor Forest. Cedarwood lifts firm balsam needles to towering heights, shadowing groves of eucalyptus leaves. Okay, that sounds amazing. I love everything about that. That may be on my list. And then we have the Hoth Winter. Beneath cool winter air, midnight woods shelter warm amber. I don't know if I would like that one so much. And then that one's old. Where's the other one? Here it is. Tatooine sunsets. Bright cardamom pods and pink pepper shimmer above a vast expansive of vetiver. That tells me nothing. So I don't know about that one. But yeah, here's the Stormtrooper. It is 75. The Jawa Scentsy Buddy is 50. You can buy all of these warmers together for 21, or they're $7 each. And then your Darth Vader mini warmer is going to be 30. So that's the whole collection. Again, you know, these do come with a higher price tag being Disney, but it's because, you know, Scentsy has to get paid, Disney has to get paid, and then the people who sell them have to get paid as well. So it does come with a higher price tag if you're looking at that, but I have never been disappointed in anything Disney related from Scentsy. Honestly, they're some of the best products that they put out there, in my opinion. So if you are wanting to buy something, give me a couple of days to get my website back up and running. And the link to my website is in our chat, or you can just Google Jillian Bone Scentsy Consultant and it'll pop up as well. All right, so what we are going to do tonight is just talk about questions that I get asked the most as a travel agent. Now, as a travel agent, I can't tell you everything there is unless you're my client. I can't give you my deepest, darkest secrets, and I can't just spit out information that's only for my clients. And a lot of this stuff is not going to pertain to you. Some of it may, some of it won't. And just because something works for me and my clients doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for you. And that's kind of why, as a travel agent, a lot of my job is just getting to know my clients. I have a couple people that just booked with me, and I have a couple people about to travel, and their families are all different. I mean, one family has 3 kids that range from, you know, teenager to almost teenager. One family has 2 kids that are really, really young, and one family has, you know, a high school graduate and a younger, like 10, 11-year-old. So again, there's so much to work with as a travel agent, and just because I tell family A what to do doesn't mean it's going to work for family B. So I really like to get to know my clients and figure out what they like, what they dislike, what they're interested in. Family A, who has 18-year-olds, they're probably not going to want to meet every single Disney princess. But family B, who has a 3-year-old girl and a 2-year-old girl, they are probably going to want to meet every single Disney princess. So that's just, you know, these are questions that I get asked the most. And most of these are things that I post about on my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Facebook is Mickey Travels line Jillian Bone. Hi, Mexican Pikachu and Wonderful World of Walter. Mark, welcome in. Hello, Mark, Irene, and Wally. I'm guessing Wally's probably in bed, but hello. So, hi. So I am different. So Mexican Pikachu, the total eclipse, there are 3 of us. Will and me live in a different part of Texas than Will's mom, and she was streaming the that's my mother-in-law, Dawn, who was streaming the eclipse. So we popped in the chat every now and then, but yes, there's 3 of us, and we do it all together, and we're in different locations. So but welcome in. We are so glad you're here. So first and foremost, my Facebook, Mickey Travels, Jillian Bone. You can find me on that. TikTok and Instagram are both at Pixie Vacay Planner. Just Mark. Wally and Irene are 900 miles away at home. You're visiting your parents. Okay. Well, that is 900 miles away. You got on the Switch. I got addicted to the Switch during the COVID shutdown. So I played a lot of Animal Crossing, and then Will has gotten me several Disney games since then. Sorry, my nose is super itchy. I guess it's the rain. Woo! Okay, so as a travel agent, just general things that I get asked the most. So first and foremost, right now, this is like a hot topic just because the dining plans just came back not that long ago. And they're different from pre-COVID. And so there is some confusion and there's a lot of planning when it comes with the dining plans. So there used to be like 4 different kinds of plans. Now there are only 2. The quick service option and the Disney dining. The Disney dining is going to be your table service one, as to where your quick service, you do not get sit down table service meals. So the pricing, if you break it down, just based on the total price that they have, you're looking at, for the quick service, you're looking at $57.01 per person per night stay, 10 and older. $23.83 per person per night stay, 3 through 9. And then the Disney dining plan is $94.28 per person per night stay for 10 and older, $29.69 per person per night, ages 3 through 9. So they do have the dining plan for next year as well, but if you add it, the prices are going to go up a little bit, just a couple dollars each, not very much. My favorite character from Toy Story 4. So I don't really like Toy Story 4, and Toy Story is my all-time favorite movie. Toy Story 2 specifically, because I love the Chicken Man. But Toy Story 4, Ducky and Bunny are really funny. I like Ducky and Bunny. Of course, I still like your classic characters. And then Duke Kaboom is really funny too, because he says, "Yes, I Canada," and I think that's funny. But yeah. So those are mine. I don't know. Probably just Buzz or Woody. Jessie. Oh, she's a good one. She's a good one. So dining plan. Okay, so here is a little bit of a breakdown of the dining plans because it is confusing. A lot of people I've talked to have been a little confused about it. So the quick service dining plan, you get 2 quick service meals per person per night. Not per day, per night stay. You get 1 snack per night per person and 1 resort refillable mug per person. So when you break down the price, those resort refillable mugs, I was just there, they're $21.99 per person. So if you have 3 or 4 people in your party, that adds up. Snacks, I always tell people when you're using your snack credit, get something that's on the snack list that costs $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, $13. Don't use it to buy a water bottle. Okay, that is not the best use of your money. The snack credit and the quick service options are really where you're going to have to look and see, okay, if I buy a $10 quick service meal, am I really getting my money's worth of the 57, 59, or however many dollars it is? And this is when you're going to have to look at all those options. And then if you do want to purchase a water bottle, you're going to have to tell a cast member, hey, I do not want to use my snack credit on this. Because if you don't tell them, they're going to use your snack credit if you have one left. This also means you can do 4 quick service meals in one day if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. You get 2 per person per night. You want to eat 4 quick service meals in one day? Great, go for it. But no, day 10 and 11, you may not have a quick service meal left. Totally up to you though. However you want to spend your money is great. If you know that you want one table meal, but you have the quick service plan, then eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner one day as your quick service, and then because you won't have any table service points. The Disney dining plan is one quick service, one table service per person per night, one snack credit per person per night, and one resort refillable mug. So, in order to check these, it's super easy. All of this is in the app. You can check it in the app and you can order it via the dining plan or via not the dining plan. So, all you have to do is go to your reservations and your resort and then check your dining plan, and it'll tell you how many points you have left for everyone in your party. So again, this is what I tell my clients. I'm going to quote it for you. I'm going to quote all of it with the dining and with the Disney. I'm going to quote it all. But I recommend looking at every single meal that you are going to eat in the parks and how expensive they are. Are you going to eat, if you only want to go to Cinderella's castle and that's the only table service you want, I do not recommend getting the Disney dining plan because it won't do you any good. Included in your Disney dining plan, you can include snacks and drinks from festival booth locations. Drinks have to be non-alcoholic. That's the only thing. But yes, you can include festival booth. So if there's a festival going on, that's why. Add up all those prices of everything that you're going to eat and everything that your family wants and see, does it come in like under or over what that dining plan budget is? Now, I think no matter what, the kids' prices of the dining plan are superb. They ran a discount a couple months ago where if you booked between certain times, you either got a free dining plan for kids or half price dining plan for kids. Again, it's amazing. You also have to realize some of these restaurants have 2 credits. So if you're getting the table service dining plan, I will make a chart for you and tell you, okay, the restaurant you chose, that's great. You can do it. But remember, this restaurant and this restaurant are going to cost you 2 credits instead of 1, which leaves you with a couple of days where you have to pay out of pocket. Another thing is, recently I've been hearing a lot of people believe that gratuity is included and it is not. So still make sure that you are tipping your waiter or waitress. Resorts is obviously the first thing that I get asked. What resort do I stay at? And my question to you is going to be, A, what is your budget? B, what do you like about Disney? Just generic. What do you like about Disney? What is your favorite thing at Disney? What is your favorite character? What is the feel you want? If someone says, oh, my budget's $10,000 for a whole week. Wow, I can do a lot with that. Okay. So I'm going to give them value, moderate, and deluxe prices. If somebody says, well, I'm on a really tight budget, $2,000 is really my budget for the week, and that includes tickets and everything, I am not going to quote them deluxe prices. I will give you value and some moderate prices, and then we will go from there. I'm also going to ask you, what park do you want to be the closest to? Now, obviously, Magic Kingdom Deluxe resorts are going to be the closest, but all-star resorts are considered Animal Kingdom resorts. So if you want to be on Animal Kingdom property, but you don't want the Animal Kingdom resort price tag, I'm going to tell you all-star. Any all-star is great. They're themed great. Mom and I stayed at All-Star Sports for spring break this year, and I loved it. I think it's great. All-Star Sports was the first resort Will and I stayed at as a married couple, and I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And actually, I told Will the other day, I didn't even miss the Skyliner, honestly, because we always stay at Pop now. I didn't even miss the Skyliner. Theming is a really good one. The value resorts are going to be a generic Mickey theme with other bigger themes associated in them. So all of these rooms in your value resorts are going to have Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Huey, Dewey, and Louie on the walls. Great. Now, at All-Star Movies, you're going to see things like 101 Dalmatians. You're going to see the film movie strip as the railing. All-Star Music, you're going to see Fantasia. All-Star Sports, you're going to see sports themes, but it's also going to be like Donald Duck playing baseball. You know what I mean? Things like Animal Kingdom, which are more deluxe resorts, are not completely overwhelmed with Disney theming. So it depends on what you want. Also, family size is a huge one, because if you have 5 or 6 people in your family, you're either going to have to get 2 rooms at a value or All-Star Music has the family suite that fits 6, or you're going to have to get more of a moderate or deluxe and get a 2-room suite, somewhere like that. So again, all of those things come into play when picking out the most perfect resort for you and your family. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I've had clients where I have to send them 6 or 7 quotes before we finally get the perfect vacation that they want. And that's okay, because that's my job. And those 6 hours I spent doing the research, I eventually get paid for that, as to where you miss out on time with your family and work or whatever it may be. And that's why I'm here. And I don't mind it, honestly. Like, it's fun for me and I really enjoy it. And so that's what you're going to get with a travel agent. Strollers are another thing that I have gotten asked about this recently. Because I've had 2 clients within the past 6 months travel to Disney who don't necessarily use strollers at home anymore because their children are a little bit too big for that. But they have realized we're going to Disney and we're probably going to need a stroller. So my thing about that is, do you bring a stroller? Do you not? Well, we're still in the time in our life where we have an infant and Wyatt likes to sit in the stroller every now and then. So I want you to think about how many steps you walk per day. Average person hits 15,000 to 20,000 steps per day. If you plan on staying from park open to park close and you're not going to take a break during the day, think about how many steps you're going to get in, and think about what Genie Plus does to your steps too. I mean, you start here and then you go boop, 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 boop. So I think it's also like a safety thing too. If you're trying to get from one end of the park to the next, put your kids in the stroller, say, hey, hold on, we're going from here to here. When we get to our destination, you can then get out of the stroller. So I always recommend Kingdom strollers. I can book it for you and set up delivery and everything for you. There's also Scooter Bug as well. And what I like to do is send a quote for both companies so you can kind of see which one is better for you. Plus, strollers are super great for holding drinks, backpacks, merchandise, things like that. I'm not saying go and buy a stroller just to hold your stuff, but I'm saying even if you have 2 or 3 kids and you think only 1 or 2 of them will need a stroller, get a 1 stroller or a 2-person stroller, and you can use it to carry your stuff as well. Like if you're on a ride, put your cups and stuff in it, put your ears in it so they don't fly off the ride, things like that. So I can't tell you to use a stroller or not use a stroller. I can just advise you on what I recommend and what are the pros and cons. So, PhotoPass and Memory Maker. Same thing. Some people call them the PhotoPass. Some people call it the Memory Maker. It's called a Memory Maker, but the PhotoPass people are set up in the parks to take your pictures. Again, this is something that's going to add to your budget. So if you I really don't care. Like I was just talking to a client the other day and I said, do you want this as part of your package? I know you're on a budget. It's $185, or if there's just pictures you really like later, you can buy it later, or you can buy one day. And he said, listen, my kids are 18. They're not that cute anymore, so I don't need it. Great. That's fine. That's and I actually thought it was kind of funny. But for clients who are going to go on every ride, they're going to see all the characters, they're going to take pictures at every single photo pass location, I'm going to recommend add it before you travel for $185. During travel and post vacation, if you realize you're on vacation and you're like, man, we have taken like 500 pictures in like 2 days, I should probably buy the memory maker. You can in the app actually for $210. Or, if you go one day and you're like, man, we just took 1,000 pictures at Magic Kingdom. They're so good. I'm going to buy it. But then you get to Animal Kingdom the next day and you're like, man, I took one picture and it's not even good. Like I'm sneezing and my hair is all crazy. That's what the one day option is for. So I'm going to tell you there are over 75 different magic shots to choose from, including ride shots if you're not using Genie Plus. But if you're using Genie Plus, then you get your ride pictures with Genie Plus. But I'm telling you, you can use it for the after hours event. You can use it for the Christmas party, the Halloween party. And so I think personally, it really comes in handy. I added it to my annual pass because I think it comes in handy. I mean, there's never not a time where I'm like, oh, there's a photo pass person. I don't want to stop there. No, if I see a photo pass person, I'm there. And these are some of the shots, Tink in the hand. I've had Naveen as a frog in my hand, stuff like that. The magic shots are really worth it. They'll do some really cool things for Halloween and Christmas, and Epcot has some really cool magic shots for all of their festivals. All right. Magic band, hot topic here again. Will has all of his magic bands up here, actually. No, he doesn't. I lied. They were somewhere. Anyway, magic bands. We have a little magic band holder that I got Will. It has power line on it, and he keeps all of his magic bands. It's probably up there somewhere, honestly, to be honest, but I just can't see it. So, magic bands are, hi, Mandy, welcome in. Your favorite character from Bolt? I actually love that movie. Bolt is mine, but I cannot remember the rest of their names. But I do love that movie. So my answer, if someone comes to me and says, do I need a magic band? Like, do I need it? My answer is no. You don't need one. You can function in the parks without one. Are they cute? Yes. Are they functional? Yes. Do they serve more of a purpose for those who are staying on property? Yes. But again, they're not needed. Like if you don't have one, your Disney vacation will be the same. I promise you. Are they super, super cute and do really cool things? Yeah, of course they do. And that's what Disney's counting on, is because they want you to buy those super cute extra things, which I had given all the time. So for magic bands, I always recommend, like, my question I get asked the most now is, do I need the Magic Band Plus? No, you don't need the Magic Band Plus. Actually, if you're at Disneyland, you do need the Magic Band Plus. And if you're on a cruise, you need the Magic Band Plus. But other than that, no. They're reusable. They're all reusable. I still have one from like 2015, and guess what? It works. And then the Magic Band Plus, they do some really cool things and interact with like parades, fireworks shows, stuff like that. So again, super cool. They interact with the statues still, super cool. But I always recommend like at least one person in the party have a Magic Band Plus. I don't think kids need it. It's not really, I mean, if you're like under the age of 10, I don't think you need a Magic Band Plus. So for on-property guests, you can use them not only for your ticket and your lightning lanes to scan in, but you can use them to unlock your door to your room, charging, like charging items, like anytime you buy anything on property, you can pay with your Magic Band and it charges it to your room. And then this is how you pay for your dining plan meals. Yes, they're already paid for, but they scan your band to deduct your points. Off-property guests can still use them as tickets, and your lightning lanes, but if you're off property, you cannot charge stuff to your room. You do not get a dining plan, and you will not be able to open your hotel door with these, even if you're at a good neighbor hotel. So again, I think it just depends on like what you want. Yes, we stay off property a lot, and we still use our magic bands because it's just easier than fumbling your tickets or your phones to scan into all your lightning lanes. If you're not using Genie Plus and you're just going for the day, I don't see the need in a magic band really. They are cute, they're functional. You can change them with your outfit. The standard rate for these can be anywhere from $20 to $50 depending on what magic band you get. But if you purchase them on your My Disney Experience account after booking a resort and ticket package, you do get a tiny discount. I think it's like $10, but still a discount nonetheless. So, another hot topic is ground transportation. We all tragically know the Magical Express slash Tragical Express went away. And actually, there's a short of my son riding the Magical Express after Disney World opened back up after COVID. And he was like 2. And it's literally the cutest thing in the world. Um, but there's a lot of different options, and some may not be your cup of tea. Or if you're a single guy, you could choose from any of these. It just depends on what you're looking for. I'm going to give you my best advice, but I'm never going to tell a client this is what you need to do. I'm just not going to do that. So pros and cons of these ground transportation. We have Uber and Lyft. Pro, usually it has a very short wait, very short, and can be booked up to 30 days before your flight. It's also a direct route to your hotel room. Now, the thing about booking 30 days in advance, or even a day in advance, or 2 days in advance, the cost isn't a fixed price. It goes up and down depending on the date and time of travel. Meaning, if you schedule it 30 days in advance, it's probably going to give you a higher price. I got quoted a higher price when I had to Uber from my resort to Disney Springs, to like when I did it like 24 hours in advance. The price was going to be like $37. I swear when I did it the morning of, I got charged like $10. Great. I'll pay $10. And literally he showed up in 5 minutes. It was amazing. So con, it's not a fixed price. It can go up and down at any time. Car seats are available but cannot be booked ahead of time, meaning if you touch down, you're going to have to tell your Uber driver, hey, I need 2 car seats, because only 2 are allowed in an Uber. And that's another con. If you have 3 or 4 kids and need 3 or 4 car seats, you can't use an Uber or Lyft. And so if you have to wait specifically for someone who has car seats, so the car seats you're looking for too, it could take even longer. Shuttle bus, Mears, that's what I take. I'm not going to lie. It was great. Had 0 issues. Loved every minute of it. No complaints from me. Pro of Mears, which is now Mears driven by Sunshine. Pro, it typically is the least expensive option for round trips. Typically. No car seat is needed. Or you can use your own car seat. The price is set in stone when you book. So I'm booking it, I'm paying this price, and it will not go up or down. End of story. Con, it's an indirect route sometimes. You can book the direct route, which is going to be a lot more expensive. Or my mom and I just got lucky when we used Mears on the way from the airport to our resort. We were picked up by the tiny shuttle bus, and the only other people on the shuttle bus were going to All-Star Music or sports, and sports was dropped off first. So it was a direct route for us. And then on the way back, we still got the big bus, but we were the second to last stop. They picked up All Star, then Art of Animation, and then Pop. But they're all so close to each other, it did not slow us down at all. And I even booked, like, you tell Mears, hey, I'm flying in on Southwest. My flight number is 6004. I'm coming into Orlando at 6:55 p.m. And they will give you a choice. Do you want this time or this time to pick you up? And on the way back, same thing. My flight's at 9:50 p.m. They'll tell you we can pick you up at 6 or 6:37. Great. I'm choosing 6:37 because that gives me a little bit more time and I'm still not late to the airport. We had plenty of time. I mean, it was perfect. They could not have timed it more perfect. Our driver was amazing. And the thing with this is I feel really safe. They send you a QR code when you book. And they tell you when your Mears is on its way, they will text you and they will text you the exact route he's taking, who is driving, so that when when a Mears bus shows up, it says Michael is driving. Oh, hi, are you Michael? Oh, yeah, his badge says Michael. He'll scan your QR code and that lets Mears know he did his job and picked you up. He'll take your bags and put them up for you. And he was great. I would recommend tipping them too. My mom tipped him like $10, $15, something like that, whatever she had in her wallet. But again, great. And I feel really safe on it. And then your private car service pros is that there's no wait and it's a direct route to your resort. It's easy to add a car seat or a booster seat and it's direct communication with your driver. Will and I have done a private car service with our friends before and it was great on the way there. We all fit. At the time, there were 7 of us. There were 7 of us. He had the car seats that we needed. We all fit on the way to our resort. Cons, expensive, and larger families will probably be required to get more than one car. So then that's an extra cost. Sometimes these are round trip costs too, and sometimes you're only paying one way there and one way back. So it just really depends on like what you're looking for. If money is no object to you and you just want to get there and your family only, great. That's Uber or private car service is probably what's best for you. I do book Universal Studios as well. That is J-Bone at letsadventuretravel.com. So I do all Disney destinations: Disney World, Disneyland, Alani in Hawaii, Disney Cruise Line, Nat Geo, which is National Geographic Vacations, and I also do Adventures by Disney. And then I do Universal Studios, Royal Caribbean, and I also do Celebrity Cruise Line. Now, I don't think I put it on here. No. The other option is the minivan, but you are not allowed to use the minivan unless you are staying at like a deluxe villa that costs $1,000,000,005 and it's only one way and it costs $1,000,000,005. So yeah, it's super, super cool. I would love to take a minivan. That is another option, but again, the cost is really high. And it's only one way, and you have to be staying at a deluxe resort villa in order for it to take you to and from the airport. Genie Plus. This stresses people out to no end. And I understand because if you've never been and you're using Genie Plus for the first time, I get how stressful this is, especially since you used to be able to book your fast passes before you went. This gets people like just really in a tizzy. We're from the South, so we said tizzy. We're in a tizzy. And my best advice to you is you hired me as your travel agent. Let me help you. Don't go on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram and start watching 900 different people's opinions because you're going to get 900 different opinions, half of which are probably wrong. And the other half may have some good examples here and there, But overall, it's best if you stick to one person relaying all of the information. And that's why I chose Mickey Travels. We used a travel agent with Mickey Travels before I even became an agent, but we've also used an agent somewhere else. And we just loved Mickey Travels. They expect the best of the best from their agents. And guess what? That means you get the best of the best vacations because of that. I am not someone who went to Disney one time 10 years ago and said, oh, I think I'm going to do that as my career. No. I mean, I'm an annual pass holder. We go multiple times a year. We have used Genie Plus basically every trip. Even at Disneyland, we've used it. We always, and we don't know everything. That's the thing about it. We don't know everything. But if we don't know something, I have 300 other agents that I can ask. Hey, I just have a simple question. Can someone help me? Or if I don't know something, Will may know the answer. Or if Will doesn't know, his mom may know the answer. Or guess what? Any of the people that you see in the chat or a ghost host, Mike Wheeler always knows the answer. So ask him. Mike Wheeler just always knows the answer. There's an answer out there and it'll be found and we'll help you the best that we can. And again, with Genie Plus, what's right for me isn't right for everyone. When Will and I go to Disney, I mean, we go hard and we expect our kids to go hard too. And that's not everyone. And that's okay. So again, getting to know my clients is something else, along with my job. So Genie Plus is the paid service. There's lightning lanes, individual lightning lanes, and then there's also the virtual queue. Lightning Lane is a part of the paid Genie Plus service. It allows you access to tons of rides. It allows you to skip the regular line so that your time in lines is cut in half or more than cut in half. And so again, Will and I say we love to hate it and we hate to love it because it used to be something that was free and now you pay for it, and it's never a set price either. So I always tell clients, if you're going, I recommend budgeting, and this is my recommendation, just my recommendation. The highest I've ever seen it hit, I think, was like $39, $37 or $39 during like spring break and Christmas time at Magic Kingdom. So I like to tell clients, I want you to budget $30 a day per person for Genie Plus, because Magic Kingdom is always the highest and the multiple park option is always the highest. But Epcot and Animal Kingdom are always the lowest. They come in at like $10, $12, $14. So I'm giving them like a median to hit to try to budget that daily. So an individual lightning lane is not a part of what you pay for when you buy Genie Plus in the morning. This is a separate purchase, and the current individual lightning lanes are Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Flight of Passage, Rise of the Resistance. So there's 5 of them. Tron and Guardians, though, have that virtual queue. So if you get in the virtual queue, I don't think it's necessary to buy the individual lightning lane unless you really want to ride it twice. You know, the first time we were there when after Guardians opened, we did the individual lightning lane and the virtual queue. We did both because it was new and we really wanted to ride it. Mine Train, I'm either going to rope drop, park close, or I'm going to pay that price to ride it. Flight of Passage, we've pretty much always paid to ride it. And then Rise of the Resistance now is not something I paid to ride, really. I think you can rope drop it or do it last thing at night, and you're going to wait 30, 40 minutes max. I don't think that's bad. So then the virtual queue is a free way of joining a line. You're still waiting in that line, but only a select few are chosen for or get that experience. So just because you wake up and you try to purchase or you try to get in a virtual queue, it doesn't guarantee that you will. And so if you're trying to join that virtual queue for Tron, you just join the virtual queue at 7 a.m. on the dot. And I always recommend, this is what I always recommend. join the virtual queues first. So buy Genie Plus at like 6:45 a.m. 7 a.m. on the dot. Join the virtual queue first for Tron or Guardians, whatever park you're at. Then get your lightning lane, your first lightning lane selection. And then get your individual lightning lane. That's how I recommend it. Your virtual queues are going to go first. If you don't get them at 7 a.m., you can get them at 2 p.m. Now, I will say, I have been to Disney before where 2 p.m. rolled around and Tron and Guardians were both sold out for the whole day. Some of that has to do with the fact if Tron breaks down for an hour or two or whatever, and they have to close, they're really backed up and they will not open up that 2 p.m. virtual queue. The virtual queues can also be joined if you're at an after hours event, and that they'll let you know all that. You cannot buy Genie Plus for the after hours events, but you can join the virtual queues. This is more so a myth. I have people ask me, can you get me a better discount than Disney? No. Unfortunately, this is a huge myth of travel planners. I cannot provide you any more of a discount than when Disney offers you. We book directly through Disney, which is the safest way to go nowadays, and it's the only way I would recommend. If you start dipping into some of those places that are like, oh, I'm going to sell you tickets for 50% off. Okay, I don't trust that. And I think that you may get to the park and have issues with that. So yeah, you saved some money, but you got a headache from it, honestly. I do price monitor and I add discounts to your booking even after you've booked. So let's say today you booked a discount or you booked a trip for next year. Well, promos haven't dropped for next year yet. So next year rolls around, it's 2025, your trip's about to come up. Oh, they just announced tickets are 50% off. I can go into your account and I can change that for you and get you that discount. Then I'll email you and tell you, hey, I got you a discount. It saved you this much money. Our services are 100% free because Disney knows how much you need us. They already put a travel agent fee into every single resort and ticket package that is booked through them. And so you're kind of sort of paying for one even if you use one or not. So my best thing to tell you is even if you have gone to Disney 1,500 times and you think that you're like the most Disney expert ever, reach out to a travel agent. I would love it to be me. Anyway, because I will allow you to do as much as you want or nothing at all. I can do your dining plan. I can book your dining. I can book your magical enhancements. I send stuff about every single park, about Genie Plus, about virtual queues. I make itineraries for every single one of my clients, individualized itineraries based on their needs, their wants, their likes, and I help them every single step of the way. I've even been on vacation before and had someone reach out to me, and she was like, Jillian, I'm trying to get the Tron virtual queue and it won't let me. My phone isn't working. I can't get it. All right, log on to your account. Blah, 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 blah. Got it. You're good. And I was standing in line. I'll never forget. I was standing in line to ride Hagrid's motorbike. And they were like, Jillian, help me. Like, my phone isn't working. We're freaking out. We really want Tron. Okay, fine, sure. Boom, got it for you. And those are just some things that as a travel agent, I'm going to help you with. I am never going to leave you stranded in a park not knowing what to do. That is just not me. That's not what I'm going to do. So again, I offer unlimited services, allow you to be as involved as you want or not at all. I mean, I have clients that are nurses or teachers or have kids of their own. And they're like, Jillian, I don't want to wake up. It's 5 a.m. Dining starts at 5 a.m. here. I do not want to wake up at 5 a.m. Or like, hey, I'm a nurse. I'm working at 5 a.m. I can't do that. Great. I'm going to help you. I will do your dining. If you don't want me to do your dining, I won't. That'll be on you. Um, but again, I'm going to let you be as involved as you want. I'm going to constantly keep contact with you. I'm going to talk to you as much as you want. And I will even reach out to you after to make sure everything went smoothly. Because I want to know, as a travel agent, did Mears do the right thing? Was your resort as great as it can be? Like, was the service amazing? I want to know these things. Um, and so that's kind of where like the discounts and promos come in. I can help you, but no, I'm not going to offer you like 50% off or anything. Like if Disney's not, that's just that we can't do that. So I get this one a lot too. But Jillian, summer is so hot and my kid is way too young. No. Summer's hot. Yeah, it's hot. Guess what? It's hot everywhere. Okay. Except maybe Alaska. I don't really know. Or Antarctica. I'm sure it's still hot in Alaska. But yeah, it's hot. It's humid. But if you're from the South, girl, your hair's frizzing anyway from the heat and humidity. Okay. So you might as well just be living your life at Disney. Um, I've taken Wesley is only 1 year old. The boy's been to Disney World, Disneyland, and Universal. One of those times was in the summer. The best thing I can say is drink a lot of water and don't start chugging water the morning you're heading to Magic Kingdom. That is not going to help you. Start chugging water 2 days before travel, if not more, because being on a plane dehydrates you too. So drink a lot of water, even more than you think you need. Down the water. Use sunscreen and reapply as needed. Because I'm sorry, if you get a sunburn, you are not going to have a great time. You're just not. Um, During the hottest part of the day, from like 2 to 5, I recommend taking breaks inside, watching shows indoors, using the pool at your resort. Go back to your resort for a couple hours, use the pool, go back into the parks. The World Showcase has a lot of the China Pavilion has a show indoor that you can watch in the air conditioning. Book your dining at weird times too. Like book your dining at 2:30 or 3 when it's really crowded and really hot. That way you're inside. So those are for the heat. Bring fans. We have stroller fans. We have neck fans. We have the little spray bottle fans. Bring lots of water. Disney will give you cups of ice. Don't buy water. Disney will give it to you. Use anything that you can. Ride a water ride. Get wet. Go to the bathroom and splash water on yourself. There are so many ways to keep cool and hydrated. It's just to me not an excuse. I think summer is the time where kids are off of school. And unfortunately, that's most of the time when your families are going to travel with kids. And so it is going to get hot. But the best thing you can do is take breaks, use the pool, ride the monorail around. Like, if you're just so hot, get on the monorail, ride it in circles for an hour, cool off, relax. Go sit in the contemporary lobby, do something like that. Have fun with it. And my kid is too young. No, your kid's not too young. They may not remember these special moments, but I do as a parent. And I one day will get to look at my kids and be like, do you remember this? Do you remember when you hugged Tigger? Do you want to know when mommy hugged Tigger? I hugged Tigger when I was 5 years old too. And guess what? I had a Tigger doll when I hugged Tigger and he loved it. And guess what? My son Wyatt hugged Tigger when he was 5, almost 5, and had a Tigger doll too. And to me, that's the Disney magic. I got to relive that moment with my kid, and I will get to tell him about that one day. And it was the best thing ever to him. So again, we went in June and our youngest was 2 months old and we did it and we crushed it. We then again went to Disneyland in December when he was 9 months old. Again, Disneyland was cold, not hot, but he was still young. And guess what? He rode every single ride he could and he absolutely loved every minute of it. He interacted with characters. Him on rides was like this. I mean, he watched every ride. He watched the shows. He had the best time until he just couldn't anymore. Um, and we as parents love that. We loved every minute of it. We saw every single moment and we took it in, and it was so special for us. So, yes, can traveling with kids be tricky? Yeah. Can it be tough? Yes. But it's also super, super, super magical. And there are ways to get through it. And as your travel agent, I will help you through all of that. We can manage it together because I've done it. I can help you do it, and I don't want that to be a reason why you don't go to Disney. Um, it's fantastic and it's magical to go with your kiddos. So again, I'm Jillian Bone. I am with the Hitchhiking Bones, and I am also a travel agent for Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure Travel. Mickey Travels is specifically Disney related travel. Disney World, Disneyland, Alani, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and Nat Geo Travels is Mickey Travels. Let's Adventure Travel is owned by the same people, but they are specifically Universal Studios, Royal Caribbean, and Celebrity Cruise Line. Both my email addresses are at the bottom. And Mickey Travels does not sponsor Hitchhiking Bones. Hitchhiking Bones does not sponsor Mickey Travels. We are two separate entities. I just think it's important for me to tell you guys some of these things that I can share with you, and how important it is to have a travel agent. Scan that link at the bottom there, that QR code at the bottom. It'll send you to my Linktree account where you can follow me on social media, and you can fill out a free quote form, a free non-obligatory quote form, and I will get back to you. For more information on anything, you can email me at jbone@mickeytravels.com or jbone@letsadventuretravel.com. And I will answer to both. And I'm here to help you. I'm completely free to use. I am never, ever going to charge you an additional fee to do anything. And I really, really hope that if you need travel help, you reach out to me. If you know somebody that needs travel help, send them my way. I want to help them so much. And I so appreciate you being here. I wanted to do it in exactly an hour. I did it in an hour and 2 minutes. So, boom. Thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us. If you are in the path of any tornadoes or devastation at all, let us know how we can help you, what we can do for you. We live close to Oklahoma, and it's a bad tornado area around here too. So please, please let us know if you need anything, if there's anything we can do for you. And thank you to every single person who is in the stream tonight. And thank you for everyone that watches us on Tuesdays. Make sure to go watch our live streams, watch our Tuesday videos. Will has some Lorcana shorts that he's posting. Yeah. So yeah, some Lorcana shorts that he's posting. We've opened up some cards. And then Dawn has some shorts that she uploaded, and I have some shorts I uploaded. So please, please, please. Hi, Jennifer. No, it is okay. It was a good stream though, but I'm so glad that you finally decided to pop in. And speaking of Tuesday, Jennifer's channel is booming. She is the cutest human being ever. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying that. I watched the stream on Tuesday. I've never met you in person, but I watched the stream on Tuesday where we had you as our guest, Will and Dawn. And I'm not kidding you. You're just the cutest little person. You sit there and you smile, and you're just so cute with your red lipstick, and you just look fabulous. So go check out Jennifer's channel if you haven't. And if you've come to our channel from Jennifer's channel, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions at all, I'll put this back up. If you have any questions at all, please email me, scan that code, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to see how I can help you. I also do Disneyland Paris as well. That was a question. I do Disneyland Paris as well. So please, please, please keep me in mind for your friends, family, neighbors, uncles, cousins, sisters, boyfriends, whatever it may be. I am just so passionate about what I do. I super love it. It is not even a job to me. It's not even work because it's so much fun. And so, again, thank you for everyone out there who supported us. Go check out some of our partner channels. You can find those in the description below. And thank you for being here. Make sure to check us out on YouTube, of course, Facebook, and Instagram. And me, I have a Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So check me out on that. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. And we hope that you hurry back. Bye, everybody.